Jason McIntyre joins us. And what was a bit of a back and forth on Twitter, I would say Twitter fight, which I wanted no part of because I know I'm right, but I'm willing to, I guess, relent and give him part of the microphone for it. It was in regards to, there's a college basketball player, I guess former college basketball player, named Jalen Johnson. Multiple high school kid, but a lot of them are, doesn't really matter. Goes to Duke. Was okay. You know, they haven't been very good this year. He's a highly touted prospect, seen on some draft boards as a top 15, top 20 guy. And with 7 regular season games remaining, he barely played against NC State, and the team won. He got back to his locker room and cleaned out his locker and quit the team, which elicited most people, I don't know most people, a lot of people to say, like, that's quit on your team. And then you have the other side saying, well, Jason McIntyre joins us in the Doug Gotlieb Show. Exactly what was your point?
Hey, Doug, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Thanks for having me on. Listen, I do like how we are able to have discussions back and forth, civil conversations, not arguments on Twitter. Those go nowhere.
We can have arguments on Twitter. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just there's no win there. You know, a lot of these people that go on social media are idiots and you're wasting your time. That being said, yeah, listen, I know you have a young son who you coach in basketball. I have 2 kids who I coach as well. They're a little younger than your guy. I teach them never to be a quitter, right? You sign up for something, you finish it, you follow through. You don't want to go, I get it. You got to follow through. I would not teach my kids to be a quitter. I'm not a quitter. That being said, I can see why and understand why Jalen Johnson quit on Duke. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think he's going to have to deal with a lot of backlash when he interviews with NBA teams, but I can understand why he quit. And I don't like the piling on I see and hear, Doug, of, you know, the college basketball groupthink media. Oh, this guy's a quitter. How could he do this to his team? What a letdown. Like, it felt excessive to me, and that's why I did jump on social media and say, listen, Coach K knew what he was getting with this guy. Like you said, multiple high schools. Jalen Johnson went to, 3 high schools as a senior? Not to mention some other stuff before that. Like, Jalen Johnson was coming to Duke as a way station before he jumps to the NBA. That was the game plan. I'm going there for a year. Given the wacky year it's been with games canceled, which Coach K did cancel some games, you got the NCAA tournament's going to be weird. There's no fans anywhere. And then he gets benched. I can see why Jalen Johnson said, you know what? Peace. I'm out. I'm done here. You guys won without me. Coach K's benching me. You know, I can't go to the dining hall with my team and hang out. You know, college life sucks. This stinks. I'm done. And I can understand why he did that.
Well, he hasn't actually experienced real college life. Like, I don't really understand. I don't understand any part of it, to be. So you think he's going to protect his draft stock or to not, because he couldn't get hurt? Like, what is the upside in not playing the last 7 games? Because there's 6 plus the likely ACC tournament.
I don't know what it's like in the Duke locker room. Maybe his teammates hate him. Maybe his coach hates him. Maybe Coach K benched him for a reason, as, you know, ego-driven Seth Davis said on social media the other day, that he got benched. And maybe Jalen Johnson said, you know what? I thought I was going to enjoy college basketball. I thought I was going to enjoy college life in Durham for a year, and this ain't fun. I'm not having fun. I might as well get the hell out of here, stop pretending to go to class for the next month, and I might as well get the show on the road, sign with an agent, and get a jump on things. I wonder, Doug, and you know, none of us can answer this, did he see what's going on in the G League? Because they were on TV this week and much fanfare about some of these young kids. Did he say, man, these guys are getting paid, they're on TV, I'm dealing with getting benched, this sucks, I'm done, I need out of here? And on some level, I can agree with him. I understand where he's coming from. Is he going to have a big load of questions to answer from NBA teams? Well, of course. And is it going to hurt his stock? Probably a little bit. But you know this.
So why do you agree with him? If there's all these negatives to it, what are you agreeing about? You just said, hey, my son, I tell him not to be a quitter. I don't think, but I can't believe anybody says this kid's a quitter. Like, okay.
Well, look, do you really feel good just burying a 19-year-old on social media? Like the kid Rothstein, whoever from CBS? Oh, that's a quitter. Yeah, he quit the team. I get it. But this is a guy who knew he was just coming to Duke for a year. What does it matter if he quits now versus a month from now?
Everything.
Really?
Yeah, everything. This is what you build up for.
Why is it everything? Like, if they don't make the NCAA tournament or they lose in the second round of the ACC tournament, is it really that big of a difference?
Yeah. You just said you don't want your kid to quit before it's done. In this case,
I don't want my 9-year-old bailing on swim class. Yes, that's a little different than my 19-year-old who's holding a lottery ticket in the NBA. It's a little bit different. I can see why he's bailing. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand where he's coming from.
I can't. You're directly contradicting yourself. You're saying because he's going to be an NBA player, all other moral things, all over the first of all, like in the what does he get out of Duke in addition to the amount of promotion? Every game will be on TV, so if he plays well, it'll be like, oh my God, he's incredible. He's better than we ever thought. He totally worked his way out of the doghouse, and that's what it's really about. But regardless of that, Duke recruited him, offered him a scholarship. He got into a school that he might have or probably wouldn't have been able to get into on his own. Not his own. It's a hard-ass school to get into. It's a $70,000 a year scholarship, plus the promotion, the training, whatever. He's there for a couple months, and he can't finish out the season, and you're like, okay, and oh yeah, by the way it works in college basketball, college athletics now, if you go on professionally, you come back anytime you want and be on full scholarship. So it's a scholarship for life. And you don't think like 6-7 more games where he might not play, practice, workouts, training with, America's basketball coach. Like you really think it's okay? And you're sitting there, you're telling yourself in the mirror, yes, because why? Who's doing Jalen Johnson wrong when he didn't have to commit? When he committed to go there, he at any time could have gotten out and gone to the G League Ignite team. At any time he could have gone and played professionally. Anytime he wanted to. Anytime he chose not to. So just like a swim class, only even more so considering what they've invested in you, the time, the effort, and more than what do you teach the guy to be a teammate? Absolutely. Why now? Because now's the most important part. Because fighting through adversity is what the whole thing's about. Well, it doesn't really matter. What do you mean? Every game matters. What are we teaching people? To not be competitive, not want to win, not want to fix things? I don't.
I agree wholeheartly.
No,
with
you don't.
Adversity. I've been bagging on Carson Wentz. Yes, I do. Doug, it's a nuanced discussion. This is not black and white. There are shades of gray to this situation with Jalen Johnson.
Yes, if he was being abused, if he was at severe risk of injury,
stop with the abuse.
If he was,
Doug, when you sign on to Duke as a high school player, hey, man, I'm getting Coach K. We got a shot at the Final Four. We're going to be on TV all the time. The Cameron Crazies. This is great. And then you get there in the middle of a pandemic, and there ain't no Cameron Crazies, and Duke stinks, and Coach K cancels non-conference games that you were going to be on TV, and you're maybe a little pissed, and then Coach K benches you. And now you're like, we're not doing anything in March Madness. I was excited for that. Now I'm barely playing. I'm done. I'm out. Peace. Like, it's a unique situation. I don't think you see a lot of guys bailing. I would, if I was in his circle, I probably would have said, hey, man, fully think through this. You're going to get killed by the media who love Coach K, and then Coach K is going to go behind them. And
it has nothing to do with the media. Doesn't actually like Coach K. It has nothing to do with, like, look, you're taking the. I think a lot of people in the media don't like Duke, and they don't like. They think the NCAA is evil. They think Duke and Krzyzewski is bad. They think, like, look, if it's so bad, why'd Zion Williamson come back and play off of injury when he didn't have to? If it's so bad, why'd Kyrie Irving come back and play? He was chasing a
title. Zion was chasing a title. That's a fact.
Okay,
they were one of the best teams in America.
So Duke can't win a title this year?
Yes, Duke cannot win a national championship this
Why
year.
not?
They might not even get to the tournament this year, Doug. You know
they probably won't. I don't. But again, if you are that good, and if you're committed to a team, you can help try and change that.
Well, yeah, he was committed to the team. Was Coach K committed to him?
Yeah,
he benched him.
Okay, that doesn't lack a commitment, Jason.
Well, what about Coach K's commitment to non-conference games? What about that commitment? Why did Coach K cancel non-conference games? Because he was losing all of them?
No, maybe because of coronavirus and you can't travel and the expense of it and the juggling of it and trying to fit it all together. So it's okay to cancel
games because of coronavirus, but hey, man, you got to play, Jalen. You got to stick it out. Coronavirus, we'll cancel these games. You've got to stick it out for the games
What?
we
I
say
don't
you're
even like.
playing. Like,
Did you get together with Rob Parker and you guys you're speaking a language that I don't
have
understand?
not talked to. I
Is that what
rarely
it
agree
is?
with Rob
Is
Parker.
there? Am I on a planet where Jason makes sense here? Right? He's. So first you're saying that Mike Krzyzewski didn't want to play non-conference games. That everybody
Did he not cancel them?
Yeah, they were canceled. But do you think he cancel them for any reason outside of COVID?
I mean, I guess you could make the case that yes, he did.
No. I'm asking you a question. In your opinion, did Mike Krzyzewski cancel basketball games for a reason outside of COVID? Jason,
Doug, I honestly, I don't know what the answer to that question is. Coach
it's a yes or no.
Games.
It's a yes or no.
That's my thing. You want it to be black or white. You want everything.
No.
To be black
I mean,
or white.
like, look.
There are shades of gray.
Don't do the nuance. Maybe I don't know. It could be. I'm asking you point blank.
Wait a sec. So why was there uproar?
Do you believe
in your field?
There's no uproar.
Your field. All your college basketball guys were like, "Whoa, Coach K's canceling games. What is this about? Why?" And I know it's easy to say COVID, but right on the heels of losing, was it 4 straight or 5 or 6, something like that? He had lost a ton, and all of a sudden he's like, "Man, I'm getting embarrassed. Let's dial back the non-conference games." Doug, come on. You know that there is.
So I'm asking. So what you're. So again, you don't get to come on and say, "Well, I don't know," and I think, and then when I ask you, do you believe that Mike Krzyzewski canceled games for a reason outside of COVID?
Yes.
Okay.
I am of the opinion that he did that.
So if you believe something, this is like the discussion on the Trump election thing. If you believe something which is provably false or a lie, then I can't have a conversation with you because it's crazy person talk.
It's not 100% that it was all because of COVID. Doug, we've said, was the roster dilapidated by Duke that they couldn't play a game because of COVID? Had that happened?
Yeah. Apparently, otherwise he would have played the game.
Absolutely. But the non-conference game he canceled absolutely was not, hey, we've only got 4 guys who can't play. Don't make this out like a Michigan scenario where they couldn't play for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's not what it was with
Jason.
Duke.
Jason McIntyre's show is Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern time
like,
till
Doug,
1
how
o'clock
you
Pacific.
pivoted off
It's
Jalen
also
Johnson.
on the. No, because here's what you're doing. You're bringing in your bias against the NCAA, Mike Krzyzewski, college basketball, and you think that he canceled games because he couldn't win them, and you're putting them all on.
You pinned me down and said yes or no. I think
you're putting them all on. Nobody forced you to say yes. You said yes after basically saying yes with wussing out and saying I don't want to answer a yes no question. I asked you said yes without saying yes. Then I asked you yes or no, and you said I don't want a yes or no question. Then I asked you again, and you said yes.
Well, I mean, if you're going to pin me down and put a gun to my head and say, Jason, answer this yes or no. Yeah, I'll answer a yes or no. But the reality is there are shades of gray. Do you think this Jalen Johnson thing is cut and dry, that he is a quitter and this is an awful decision by him and I can't believe he did this? Do you really believe that 100%?
I believe that they probably are happy that he's gone. I believe that, yes, he quit on the team. I believe he's likely a selfish kid who is a bit entitled and is going to chase it and get rewarded with a contract. But like, I don't understand what the possible win is and what the positive lesson is. And what was the point of going to Duke if you don't want to be coached by Duke? That's the point. And at some point, you had to put on your big boy underpants and realize that decisions you make, like committing to a college, are ones that you have to play all the way through. And until we hold people accountable for the decisions, good or bad, that they make, right? Then they just simply don't learn, and we continue to foster this belief that no, Johnny's fine. Don't worry about the things he does. Now I have to go. Okay, Jason McIntyre's podcast. No, I have to go.
Thanks for having me,
I have to leave. Thank you, Jason McIntyre, Straight Fire Podcast, or the Jason McIntyre Show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 1 o'clock Eastern Time every Saturday.